Rediscover your past by digitizing your family's memories with Legacybox. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about preserving your legacy, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection. Change is inevitable, and certain things we grew up with are no longer with us. Some of these things seemed as if they were here to stay, but as time passed, so did their demand. They were slower, heavier, and let's face it, sometimes time-consuming. So let's take a look back at 26 things that quietly became obsolete. Before cell phones were in the pocket of every American, payphones were the only way to make a call when you were out of the house. You could find payphones on street corners, in public places, and within buildings. They were easy to recognize, especially if they had their own booth, and the distinctive sound of coins dropping into the slot could be heard. With the widespread popularity of cell phones, payphones and phone booths became less and less common, and today they are nearly impossible to find. Cigarette vending machines were once ubiquitous in bars, restaurants, and public places. They offered a convenient way to purchase a pack of cigarettes without having to go to a store. These machines were usually operated with either coins or tokens. However, with the increased awareness of the health risks associated with smoking, cigarette vending machines were banned in many places, and the remaining machines were slowly phased out because they were in less and less demand. TV Guide was a weekly publication that provided a comprehensive list of all the TV shows that were airing that week. It was an essential tool for anyone who wanted to keep up with their favorite shows. The TV Guide was typically delivered to your home or could be purchased at a newsstand. However, with the rise of cable and satellite TV, the number of channels increased dramatically, and it became impossible to fit all the listings in a printed guide. As a result, the TV Guide transitioned to digital platforms, and the printed version became obsolete. Jukeboxes were a staple of American diners, bars, and dance halls. They were a source of entertainment, and people could choose their favorite songs to play. Jukeboxes were typically large and colorful, with bright lights and a variety of music options. But with the rise of digital music and streaming services, jukeboxes became less popular, and today it's pretty rare to find one. Newspaper vending machines were once a common sight on street corners and in many public places. They were a convenient way to get your newspaper if you didn't already have one delivered to your door. These machines were stocked up in the morning with the news of the day, and if you waited too late, they might have all been gone. Newspapers and the industry in general have taken a big hit with the emergence of the internet, with many publications moving toward digital subscriptions. Newspaper vending machines have become much less common, and so today they are difficult to find, and often completely abandoned. Phone books were thick directories that contained the names and phone numbers of people and businesses in a particular area. They were a staple of every household and were typically delivered to your home. Phone books were organized by white pages, which were for residential, and yellow pages, which were for commercial, and they were a valuable resource for finding a phone number. These directories have now been replaced by internet search engines, and the printed version has become a thing of the past. The $2 bill was a unique currency note that was once part of regular circulation. It featured Thomas Jefferson on the front and the signing of the Declaration of Independence on the back. $2 bills were typically used as change and were considered rare because they were not often seen. These were fun bills to receive in a birthday card, and kids would often collect them. But the demand for physical cash has decreased dramatically, and the production of the $2 bills decreased, making them even more of a collector's item. Vending machines were a convenient way to purchase snacks and drinks on the go. They could be found in a variety of locations, including schools, hospitals, and other public places. Vending machines were typically operated with coins, and later bills, and they offered a variety of things to choose from, including candy, chips, and beverages. Today, there are fast food restaurants everywhere you turn, so vending machines are seen as a last resort. They are now found in fewer locations, but still remain in areas where people need a quick snack, like airports and train stations. Typewriters were once the primary tool for producing written documents. They were found in just about every office, and were also used for personal correspondence, so many people had them at home too. Typewriters were operated by pressing keys, which caused a mechanical arm to strike a ribbon and leave an impression on paper. They were reliable and durable, but had limitations in terms of formatting and correcting mistakes. So computers and word processing software made typewriters unnecessary, and today they are typically only used by enthusiasts. Fax machines were once the fastest way to send and receive documents over long distances. They were another feature of just about every office. Fax machines used a telephone line to transmit documents between two machines, but they had limitations in terms of resolution and image quality. With email and digital document sharing, fax machines have become much less common, so the ones that are still around are collecting more and more dust. The Rolodex was once an essential organizational tool for desks across the country. It was used to keep track of names, phone numbers, and addresses for business and personal contacts. The Rolodex consisted of a series of cards that were organized alphabetically and could be flipped through easily. But once again, computers and now cell phones have pretty much made the Rolodex completely obsolete. Carbon paper was once a necessary tool for making copies of documents, and credit card imprinters were used to make a physical imprint of a credit card for payment. Carbon paper was placed between two sheets of paper, and then pressure was applied to create a copy of the original. This made paying with a credit card much more time-consuming, so the introduction of a digital payment system was welcomed, making the manual credit card imprinters disappear. At Recollection Road, I believe preserving the past is incredibly important, and our friends at LegacyBox do too. So much so, they've offered my viewers a code for 55% off. In today's digital age, analog media like VHS tapes and film reels are fading, risking the loss of cherished memories due to things like mold, dust, and time. But LegacyBox, trusted by over 1.5 million families, offers a simple and safe solution to protect your memories before it's too late. With LegacyBox, you can convert your analog treasures into digital memories effortlessly. Send your VHS tapes, camcorder tapes, and pictures to LegacyBox, and like magic, receive back your originals and digital copies for easy enjoyment, sharing, and organization. And here's the kicker. For a limited time, enjoy an exclusive 55% discount at legacybox.com/recollection. Don't let your memories fade. Preserve your past today with LegacyBox. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send them in whenever you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. Boom boxes were iconic music players known for their large-side speakers and portable design. They allowed individuals to carry their favorite songs with them, utilizing cassette tapes as the primary medium for music playback. But they also could be tuned to a radio station. Before the widespread adoption of smartphones, boom boxes were emblematic of urban culture, but they were also in just about every young person's bedroom in suburbia. Newspaper ads, specifically classifieds, served as a precursor to the modern online dating platforms that so many single people rely on today. These personal ads provided a dedicated forum for people to seek love, companionship, or friendship that reflected the social dynamics and dating norms of their time. Remember, newspapers used to litter driveways across America before being replaced by the internet. Punch clocks were a mechanical timekeeping device that was commonly used in workplaces to record employees' work hours. With a distinctive ka-chunk sound, these clocks punched a timestamp on the card and tracked the start and end times of each shift. While these were found in just about every workplace a couple of decades ago, punch clocks have largely been replaced by digital systems with card scanners. Camera film was the primary way we captured and preserved images before the digital revolution transformed photography. Film consisted of a flexible plastic base, and it was coated with light-sensitive emulsion, which required careful processing and development to produce the photographs. Drugstores alone were big developers of photos, and they sold a massive amount of film. But the wall of old-school camera film has all but disappeared and has been replaced by a wall of charging accessories for your phone. Answering machines revolutionized personal communication by allowing callers to leave a message even if the person wasn't home. These devices, connected to a landline telephone, recorded incoming messages onto a small cassette tape, which allowed it to be listened to at a later time. While answering machines have gone the way of home landlines, the concept itself is still used through voicemail on smartphones. Answering machines have played a significant role in shaping both communication norms and caller expectations. Traveler's checks once provided a secure and convenient method for travelers to carry money abroad. These checks were issued by banks or financial institutions and could be exchanged for local currency at currency exchange offices or other merchants worldwide. Most people used traveler's checks to protect their cash in case of theft or loss. But since the heavy use of credit cards and other forms of digital payments through applications on your phone, traveler's checks have slowly vanished, but most are still redeemable if you have some hidden away. Let's face it, TV shows have changed quite a bit since streaming began. Laugh tracks, which were very heavily used, were pre-recorded audience reactions inserted into television sitcoms to enhance comedic timing and create a sense of live audience response. Although all the major networks use them, they have become a thing of the past with modern television production, as most viewers perceive the pre-recorded sounds as artificial and sometimes intrusive. Mercury thermometers were widely used for taking your temperature before concerns about mercury toxicity led to their decline. These thermometers contained a column of mercury that expanded or contracted with changes in temperature, providing an accurate measurement of thermal energy. Today, digital thermometers have replaced the mercury ones, and these use heat sensors to determine temperature rather than mercury. Telex machines were electromechanical teleprinters used for sending written messages over long distances before the use of email and internet messaging. These telex machines operated using telegraph networks, and they transmitted text-based communications using electrical signals and mechanical printing mechanisms. Often, messages were charged by the letter, so abbreviations would be used to save money. This was text talk before texting was a thing. While once essential for international communication, telex machines have been rendered obsolete by internet technologies. If you've stuck around this long, don't worry, there's still more. But I wanted to let you know that we have some retro merchandise available too. Just click the link in the description to head on over to the store. Tokens have been used for many purposes, including public transportation, vending machines, casinos, and arcades. Just think Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese. These specialized tokens provided a more convenient and standardized way to pay, especially in situations where cash transactions were impractical. As digital payment methods came into existence, these physical tokens were largely replaced, and some have even become keepsakes or collector's items. We all remember Beta, VHS, and even DVDs, but Laserdiscs were considered the highest quality of home entertainment you could find. If you wanted to watch a Laserdisc, that meant you also needed a Laserdisc player, and these weren't cheap either. The Laserdisc movement was popular among home theater enthusiasts because they offered high-resolution video with superior audio. But the format's large size and limited titles led to its eventual demise, especially with the rise of HD DVDs. For most of us, this was how we were woken up each day for school or work. Alarm clocks not only displayed the current time, but they also could be programmed to set off an alarm at a time of your choosing. While these were once in every single household, alarm clocks have largely disappeared. We have the smartphone to thank for that, which has seemingly integrated itself into every aspect of our lives. Remember the feeling of being handed a set of keys for that new car you bought, or the new house you were moving into? The jingling of metal keys on a keychain was the primary way we unlocked a door or started the engine of a car for decades and decades. Despite their reliability, advancements in technology have led us to push buttons rather than inserting a key. Today, a key code or a Bluetooth phone is just as good as having those old metal keys, so that's one less thing you need to worry about losing. Finally, small portable TVs were once a big deal. These somewhat handheld devices allowed you to carry a television with you and watch TV as long as you had plenty of D batteries to load into it, or at the very least access to a plug. During the 1970s and 1980s, portable TVs were a pretty popular way to stay entertained. And for some, that meant not missing a show while you were in the garage or even on a road trip. Today, portable TVs aren't needed because we all carry phones that stream content over the internet. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and make sure to sign up for the Recollection Road newsletter using the link in the description. Thank you to our loyal Patreon supporters listed here. Visit patreon.com/recollectionroad to join the club. As always, thank you so much for watching.